YouTube, what is up? So Papa got a brand new bag.
Papa's got a brand new bag
of Apple goodies. So on September 7th, Apple had their event. You know, they announced some new watches, they announced some phones, and they sprinkled in an AirPod announcement for good measure. So what am I looking forward to? And what do I got some questions about? And more importantly, what I get? Let's get into it. Apple did announce some new watches, the Series 8s. They announced a Ultra $800 watch that's for scuba divers and extreme sportists, and it's a little bit bigger and it's thick and it's the price of a phone. Well, a regular phone, but still, it's pricey.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
So I didn't get any type of Apple Watch. Now I did order the AirPod Pros 2. They're supposed to have better drivers for sound. They come with the new H2 chip. It's got some built-in enhancements like they have spatial audio. Currently they have spatial audio with your phone with iOS 16 update that you can do like a scan of your ear. It'll give you, this more personalized spatial audio. And also with the H2 chip, they say that noise canceling is supposed to be twice as good as the previous AirPod Pros. Transparency mode, Apple AirPod Pros, one of the best transparency mode earbuds in the game, have this adaptive listening. Like if you're out in a loud environment, it'll still, jackhammers, I think they showed in the commercial, tone that down to where it's not as loud or whatever. That's probably why my next request to have louder AirPods is probably not going to happen, because ear health is all about the ear health. I'm 50 years old and I'm almost deaf anyways. I just want to blast it. But I digress. They also say that the earbuds are supposed to have better battery life, 6 hours apiece. They're generally the same design with the stems. You'll still be able to click, pause and play and next track and all that. Although they did add a touch feature for the volume control. You can just, on the back, they just show just like a little sliding up, a little sliding down. Now, one of the things that I'm really looking forward to in the AirPod Pros 2 is the case. I know, weird, right? Now it will be a wireless charging case with Qi charging, so any Qi pad you can, of course, just like with the AirPod Pros. Also, you'll be able to charge with MagSafe. Last year, the AirPod Pros came out with a MagSafe case, so they could already do that. However, now they can also charge with your Apple Watch charger. Now, battery life for the charging case is to go up to 30 hours, I believe. 24 was the AirPod Pros, which now I think mine are 5. It's not funny. And if you got any questions about the AirPod Pros 2, just leave me a comment down below, or you want me to test something out. Now, for me on this case, the biggest feature that I am so looking forward to is the Find My option. Previously, the Find My, you could find your AirPods, or you could make your AirPods chirp, so you could find those. But if you couldn't find your case, you couldn't find your case. There was no way to find your case. Now, they've also added speakers to the case, so it will also play a chime if you've lost it, so you can locate it. Because I've misplaced my case more times than I can count, and according to my 5th grade teacher, I was pretty good at counting tardies.
I don't feel tardy.
So I also pre-ordered an iPhone 14 Pro Max in purple. It comes in 4 different colors. Maybe a little darker purple. If you're gonna call it a deep purple, make it a deep purple. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the design goes, it's still the same physical design. It still has the flat edges, and it still has the 3 camera bumps, and that still comes in the same sizes. This is the 13 Pro, which I got in the 6.1 inch. and I kind of miss my 12 Pro Max with the 6.7, so that's why I'm going back to the Pro, or the Pro Max, excuse me. Pro, Max, Max Plus, a lot of different names. And the 14 models, they still have Lightning, you know, they still have MagSafe. They did some improvements with the cameras. The main camera's got a 48 megapixel shooter. All 4 cameras, the ultra wide, the wide. What? No, the ultra wide, the wide. The main, the wide. Wait a minute. The main, the ultra wide, the telephoto, and the front facing camera, all 4 have better aperture, so the low light pictures are supposed to be, you know, a lot better. The video is going to be top notch. They said something about the cinematic mode being 24 frames per second, you know, the movie industry standard. Now, as far as the battery goes, they just said all day battery life. Got the new A16 Bionic, so, you know, that's supposed to be more efficient. They never say battery sizes at the events or even advertise the battery. I don't know. Regardless, I get through a day and I charge it every night, and that's what I do, and that's all I need. The iPhone 14 Pros will have the OLED 120 hertz LTPO displays. Goes down to 1 hertz up to 120. The 13 Pros were 10 hertz to 120 hertz. Now, you may be asking, what's the big deal? What's 9 hertz between friends? The higher the hertz, the more it hurts your battery.
Boo this man!
I can't help it. I still love that joke. That means that it's low power consumption. Because of that, Apple is bringing an always-on display. Now, I've had the Pixel 6 Pro, and I love the always-on display on this phone. You know, it's great to be able to glance over at something and see what's going on, see the time, see if you got a notification, so on and so forth. With iOS 16, they've revamped the whole lock screen to where you can, you know, customize the clock. You can customize even photos. When it dims for the always-on display, it not only dims the notifications and little widgets and the clock, but it also dims the picture. What I'm also looking forward to is that Apple says that a max brightness of 2000 nits. Being out in direct sunlight, a lot of the times when I'm using my phone, it's very difficult to see my screen because it's not quite bright enough to, you know, go against the sunlight. Fun fact, the actual panels, the LTPO panels that Apple has are from Samsung. They bought them from Samsung. Samsung. They make excellent displays. And I've heard excellent phones. I just don't own one. And if you've got any questions about the iPhone 14 Pro Max, you know, leave me a comment. Now, something that I'm not really a big fan of, it's going to be an eSIM, an electrical SIM card. Never dealt with this eSIM. Me being a tech guy, I like to take my SIM out of my phones and move them into other phones, so I don't guess I'm going to be able to do that anymore. I don't know, can you get one of those, like, just like a burner SIM card with some number? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Now, one of the most intriguing things about the iPhone 14 Pros, they got rid of the notch. The regular 14 and the 14 Plus, they have notches still. At first, you know, that's cool, you know. I'm not really sure, you know, what you're going to be able to do with that little bit of strip of real estate up there, if anything. And I think Apple had that same idea, but they were like, you know what? We're going to do a pill cutout. And we're going to lean into it. And introducing Dynamic Island. Whenever you're in music and you go back to your home screen, it'll pop up the little music right next to it like extends the pill hole to be like, here's your music, and you can tap on that and use it like a widget. Or you can have your music playing and then, I want to set a timer. And then you set a timer and then you swipe up back to your home screen. It moves the little timer off to the side, so where you have music you know, on the little extended pill, and then you have a little dot over here that, you know, has the timer on it. And then I think they said you can add a third thing, and it's all interactive. It does different animations for different things. You're paying something and face unlock it, and you know it'll pop out and show a little smiley face and then shrink back in. You know, all these different iterations of things that the little animations Dynamic Island will do. It looks seamless. They want to give that illusion of not knowing where the pill cutout begins and the notifications end, or the pill ends and the notifications begin, versa versa. Is it better than the notch? Like I said, little strip real estate, but they did it in an Apple fashion to make you want it because there's just these cool features. And also it's going to be opened up to third parties. And if you like tech and tech reviews and the accessories that go along with your tech, why don't you check out this video? And a sub to the channel, well, that would just be swell. Peace and love, y'all.